Hello everyone, I am Dhruva. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will all know about the different parts of the ear. This is the outer part of the ear, which consists of ear canal. This is the middle part of the ear, which consists of eardrum, incus, stapes, and malleus. This is the inner part of the ear, which consists of eustachian tube, cochlea, auditory nerves, facial nerves, vestibular nerves, semicircular canals. We will know about all the parts which I read in the previous slide. First, we will start with the outer part of the ear. Canal. The ear canal is a pathway running from the outer ear to the middle ear. The adult human ear canal extends from the pinna to the eardrum and is about 2.5 centimeter in length and 0.7 centimeters in diameter. The use of ear canal. The ear canal functions as an entryway for the sound waves, which get propelled toward the tympanic membrane known as the eardrum. When sounds enter the middle ear, they are transmitted to tiny bones called the osculus, which consists of the stapes, the incus, and the malleus. Now we will know about the middle part of the ear. Eardrum. Your eardrum is a really important part of your ear. Sound waves travel through the ear canal to reach the eardrum. The eardrum is a thin flap of skin that is stretched tight like a drum and vibrates when sound hits it. These vibrations move the tiny bones of the middle ear, which send vibrations to the inner ear. The use of eardrum. Your eardrum is a really important part of your ear. Sound waves travel through the ear canal to reach the eardrum. These vibrations move the tiny bones of the middle ear, which send vibrations to the inner ear. Incus. The incus or anvil is a bone in the middle ear. The anvil-shaped small bone is one of the three osculus in the middle ear. The incus receives vibration from the malleus, to which it is connected laterally, and transmits these to the stirrup medially. The use of incus. The oscular chain is comprised of the malleus, incus, and stapes. Together, these bones function to transduce acoustic vibrations from the tympanic membrane to the inner ear. Stapes. The innermost bone is the stapes or stirrup bone. It rests against the oval window of the inner ear. The stapes is homologous with the entire stapedile structure of reptiles, which in turn was derived from the hyomandibular arc of the primitive vertebrates. The use of stapes. Stapes bone is the smallest bone in our body. It is the innermost bone of our auditory osculus in the middle ear, which are responsible for transmitting sound waves from the air outside to the fluid-filled cochlea. Malleus. The malleus is the outermost and largest of the three small bones in the middle ear and reaches an average length of about 8 millimeters in the typical adult. Use of malleus. The malleus, incus, and stapes from the oscular chain that connects the tympanic membrane to the oval window of the inner ear. These bones play an important role in audition by amplifying and regulating the sound waves transmitted to the cochlea. Now we will know about the inner part of the ear. Eustachian tube. The eustachian tube is a canal that connects the middle ear to the nasopharynx, which consists of the upper throat and the back of the nasal cavity. It controls the pressure within the middle ear, making it equal with the air pressure outside the body. Use. This air-containing space is maintained by the eustachian tube, which opens intermittently to equalize the intratympanic air pressure with the pressure in the external auditory canal. It also removes secretion and epithelial debris from the middle ear by ciliary motion and gravity. Cochlea, a hollow tube in the inner ear of higher vertebrates that is usually coiled like a snail shell and contains the sensory organ of hearing. Use. This action is passed onto the cochlea, a fluid-filled snail-like structure that contains the organ of Corti. The organ for hearing consists of tiny hair cells that line the cochlea. These cells translate vibrations into electrical impulses that are carried to the brain by sensory nerves. Auditory nerves. The auditory nerve is a bundle of nerve fibers that carries hearing information between the cochlea and the brain. Usually hearing loss, that is called sensorineural or nerve deafness, is actually caused by problems with the cochlea instead of the actual auditory nerve. But a very small percentage of hearing loss is caused by problems with the nerve itself, usually related to acoustic neuromas, tumors, On the nerve covering, the auditory nerve and the vestibular nerve, which carries balance information from the semicircular canals to the brain, join together as they pass through the bony canals of your skull. Together, they are called the eighth cranial nerve or the vestibulocochlear nerve. Use. The cochlear nerve, also known as acoustic nerve, is the sensory nerve that transfers auditory information from the cochlea to the brain. It is one of the main pieces that make up the auditory system, which enables effective hearing. Facial nerve. The main function of the facial nerve is motor control of all the muscles of facial expression. It also innervates the posterior belly of the digastric muscles and the styloid muscle and the stapedias muscle of the middle ear. Use of the facial nerve. The facial nerve is the seventh cranial nerve and carries nerve fibers that control facial movement and expression. The facial nerve also carries nerves that are involved in taste to the anterior 2/3 of the tongue and producing tears. Vestibular nerve. The vestibular nerve is primarily responsible for maintaining body balance and eye movements, while the cochlear nerve is responsible for hearing. Use of vestibular nerve. This nerve sends balance and head position information from the inner ear to the brain. Canals. Your semicircular canals are three tiny fluid-filled tubes in your inner ear that help you keep your balance. When your head moves around, the liquid inside the semicircular canal sloshes around and moves the tiny hairs that line each canal. The use of semicircular canals which respond to rotational movements, and the utricle and saccule within the vestibule. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to my channel before you go. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.